Hello.
People are saying that you suspect a plot in Cape Solace. I don't think so, friend. Until next time.
Please, you must help me. Please. Olaf, the one from the prison ship. He attacked me. There was nothing I could do but pray to sweet Lyria to protect me. He was so strong, so intent. I've come to trust Olaf. At least enough to go with him to fish down by the flooded cavern. But this time he seemed different. Intense. He spoke to me as if I were not married, as if he and I shared an intimate bond that I can assure you does not exist. Then he became physical, rough, and he would not be refused. Fortunately, Cadwallon was not far away. I do not know what I would have done. I don't care about that brute. All I care about is Cadwallon. I've never seen him rave so. He went in pursuit of Olaf with revenge in his eyes. Foolish, foolish man. He is a bard, not a warrior. Olaf will crack him like a shell. He grabbed his fishing knives and headed north, toward the Siren's Den. There was no stopping him. Hurry back!
The weather's been favorable, and the crates of materials you brought were in good shape, so construction's been very smooth. Restorations are still not finished. Bye. Almost done, my liege. I am certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting Cillian Keen from Cape Solace to serve the keep as your beast master. You can find him at the beast pen. It's an exquisite beast pen, isn't it? Cillian and his beasts will be very comfortable there. No keep in Icebrine Coast can claim a beast pen as fine as this one. I have only just begun, my liege. Several texts I found in the keep refer to an unusually large armory beside the main structure. For this, I'll need 2 bundles of emberwood, 2 bundles of sailcloth, and 4 bundles of sea steel. A journal belonging to, I think, the keep's original master-at-arms has convinced me that the collapsed building to the left of the keep was an armory. There are some cryptic references to a method he devised to determine how effective a student is in combat, but it's beyond me. In my dream, I saw a building flanking the main structure. I now know it's the armory. It was a place for weapons, as you'd expect, but it was also to be a grand academy for the art of combat. The Diverga built armories and trained their masters-at-arms to divine how much damage you inflict when attacking with weapons or even spells. Sea steel is usually found around the coast. I'll mark on your map where you're likely to find the crates. Once you get back, I'll get started on construction right away. It's going to be the spitting image of the original structure. When the time comes, we'll have to choose your master-at-arms wisely to be worthy of such an armory. Myfa tells me there's a new arrival in Cape Solace who might be interested. Bye. I trust the search. When you have all, you should be able to find sea steel. Bye.
Hello. It makes me happy to be able to train beasts again. I'm grateful that Alder did so much to provide for us, but I never fit in Cape Solace. Paddy promises the world, but he delivers it too. It's a fine pen, and any good beastmaster would be honoured to work. G'day. Nothing like teaching a beast how to be civilised. Take care.
You must be the great liege that Paddy has been talking about. He kept going on and on about how magnificent and benevolent you are. Honestly, I just agreed to move up here to get out of the wind. That town on the cliff was a bit breezy. Me? I'm afraid I'm not for sale. Just kidding. I know that's not what you meant. Buy me a drink later, and maybe we'll talk. I've got quite the eclectic selection. Kind of out of necessity, seeing as we're in the middle of nowhere. We were caught in a fog bank off the coast of the plains of Erethel, when another ship came looming out of the mists in front of us. The captain tried to avoid it, but we ran aground on a reef. The ship broke apart, and I washed up here. I only got a passing glance at the other ship, but I think the name began with a C. Take care, my liege.
Hello.
You must be the one Zephyrin was telling me about. Good tidings. Don't worry, I won't be a burden. I'm a skilled alchemist. For a small fee, I'll gladly pass that knowledge along. I run a modest alchemical mentoring service in Odessa. I was on my way to meet some family friends in Rathir when all this happened. I was traveling to Rathir from Odessa. I got on a boat. You know the rest. It's important knowledge, especially for a leader like yourself. You never know when a potion will come in handy. Be cautious out there, friend.
Did you find Angerard? It won't be easy to reach her. She's surrounded by all men. She's settled deep in the... She's obsessed with the sea. Be careful.
What do you want? Don't you know that dead Kell will kill you if he finds you scurrying around in his tunnels? You should have better sense. Better sense than me, at the very least. I am Angarad Glindower. Why? Who are you? You may not believe it to gaze upon me, but I was once a civilized person. A wife. A mother. A mage. All that was taken from me when I awoke on Gallows End. Years I've wasted here. Years I will never recover. But no more. I am fulfilling my purpose, doing what needs to be done to release me from my imprisonment. Fair Gulta are not easy to create. It takes time, energy, power. But I do it, because Dead Kell and I have an agreement. He is not as cold as they say, and he has his reasons for being a monster, just as I now have mine. I belong to no one. Kell and I have an agreement. That is all. He has sworn to take me back to civilization, back to Rathir, home. But I must create for him enough fair Gulta crewmen to see him through his coming conquests. I possess rare skills, especially so far from the Scholia Arcana. It seems mages are in short supply on Gallows End. And you would take me with you, back to Rathir. I have no need of Dead Kell's bargain if I can find another way to escape Gallows End. I will choose to believe you, but only because I wish to return to my children as the same woman who left them. I cannot become a monster. I am no one. I practiced magic in the as an adept. I had a husband and 2 children. The Order asked for volunteers to protect a shipment of goods for the Allmain. I still don't know why I did it. At first, I found it serene, an island of quiet in the bustle of our maddening world. But the call of home soon became unbearable. He is one to be feared. Clever and charismatic, the epitome of a rogue. Or at least he was, before his untimely death. I wanted to believe him. Who doesn't want to hear that their dreams can become a reality? Let's go.
Cycle the second, the Alfar. You would not enjoy the awkward scrambles needed to traverse this isle, my love. They are treacherous. I must resemble the tumblers we witnessed in Sun Camp all those many nights ago, reeling and twisting. The Arathi were not the only inhabitants of Gallows End, though surely the oldest. Natural caverns in the north and south boast evidence of a variety of other visitors, both man and beast. Alfar weapons and armor litter the beaches, treasures for the taking. They too seem to have departed in haste. It is a troubling trend. What is terrorizing everyone? Give my good wishes to the Templars, dear Netta. As always, you are in my thoughts.
Hello. I don't know how you managed to convince Angerard you found a ship. Frankly, I don't care. She's free. All I ever wanted was to keep her safe and to get her home. Friends protect each other. And perhaps she has become more than that to me. Even if my feelings were never returned, Angerard will see her family again, but not from dead Kel's prow. I promise you that. Take care of yourself. Was the guilt too much? Live with yourself? Olaf's gone onto the Siren's Den, but not before leaving me a gift. Olaf still meet again. Under the kind eyes of Amalur. Oh, tell her.
So the cowering noble has sent you to protect her. Understandable. Her husband is as soft as a silken pillow. No teeth. Tell me, friend, do you have teeth? This island is a kingdom just waiting to be conquered. You know it, and I do. Now let's get this over with. I mean to return to Nesta as soon as possible.
Say, thank you. Is that what you want? Olaf never would have survived his wreck if not for you. I sent you to search for survivors, not to bring a shark into our waters. You may have brought peace back to the village, but you will never bring back my husband. No one will. I am forever grateful. I'm pleased you were able to locate some of your crewmates. Farewell.
brings you down here? Oh, I see. Leave it to Templar Says to send me an assistant. And a lofty one at that. She has no confidence in me. Never has. There's no need for aid. I have the situation under control. Mostly. Just wait. When I return, tome in hand, she will have no choice but to boast of my valor. Everyone believes I'm a failure, but I will prove my worth. I've labored long and hard to reach the rank of scholar. Don't let anyone tell you different. Everyone will. I assure you. Is that where we are? No one would tell me where we were going. Typical. I can't seem to find my way in these vast, convoluted passages. I don't know how the Diverger ever did. The treasure chamber is somewhere down here, but I've yet to discover it. I've never heard of a dead cow. Is it a species of algae? Plankton, perhaps? Did Templar Says not tell you? No, she wouldn't, would she? The Tome of Contrition is where our wisest leaders record the mistakes they've made in the name of progress. The instances of frailty, of weakness. Such knowledge prevents our kind from repeating its greatest mistakes. With it, we're able to move forward, not wallow in the past. As you can expect, the contents of this book are quite damning. It's in the chamber at the end of this passage. We might need to find it among the other treasures, but our facts indicate that the tome is there. I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid. Now, I just need to figure out how to get through this door. Check for a lever or a switch. I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid. won't last much longer, I'm afraid. I won't be afraid.
Cycle the Third, the pirate? Oh, Netta, if you could only see the skies over Gallows End. Magnificent. Do you recall the base-born myth of the Pirate King? They called him Dead Kell. Well, he lives, my love, and is as existent as you or I. Not only that, but has built quite the harbor on our hidden isle. Years of his miserable life have been spent in this grand endeavor, time that could have been better spent. Strange. All my records indicate that Dead Kell was butchered not long ago by the Alfar of all people. Clearly, such reports were erroneous. I must tread carefully. Dead Kell's minions prowl the wharves and tidal pools, and he promises the gallows to any who come seeking his capture. I do not wish to risk a misunderstanding. Oh, Netta, I grow so weary of this isolation. This leave-taking may very well be the death of me.
This old ruin won't last. I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid.
Of course. It would be you, wouldn't it? I should have known Pepin would fail. He's never done otherwise. Well, the expedition has proven successful, and that is all that matters. This is one mistake that will not make its way into the Tome of Contrition. That is certain. Now we must depart. It is a long voyage back to Edessa. A pity our vessels are built for the gnomish frame. Otherwise I might have brought you with us. Yes, it is quite a pity. Be gone. Of course. Well, now we must depart. Yes, it is quite a pity. Be gone now. I will be thankful when Gallows End is far behind us. Be gone now.
Prepare to pass! news? So you killed her? I don't know what to feel. I've dreamt of this day ever since I was pulled from that stinking black raft. Since I watched them roll my mother in a shroud. And she was right. I don't feel better now that I've avenged her death. It just makes me miss her more. Thank you. Take this, it was Mother's. I have my memories. Goodbye. I never thought I'd get an opportunity to start over. I feel like the last 20 years have been wiped clean. Goodbye.
I've seen a lot of shipwrecks in my life, but this island seems to have a propensity for... Be wary.
The scavenger. Listen to this. I have some wonderful news. I found another piece of parchment, only this one has a slightly different colour to it. Older, perhaps, more weathered. It is all very odd. I seem to remember more when I focus, and your little quest has given me something to strive toward. There are numerous Diverga fastings across this island, but I wouldn't stop there. There are dark corners everywhere. Go get that treasure.
A much bigger undertaking than the last, but a greater thrill as well. Let's see. Yes? Yes, this is all of it. I'll begin constructing the armory right away. The armory is still not finished. Bye.
Hello. G'day. Nothing like teaching a beast out. I'm a world-famous beast trainer. Give me any kind of beast and I'll domesticate it. If you're interested and willing to get some food for me to use as a lure, I can train the beast to be your pet. Aye, it's something I've done since I was a young boy. I can domesticate almost any kind of animal to live and work at the keep. You fancy a large pet or a small one? Keep in mind, I can only maintain 3 pets at a time. Smaller beasts are easier to care for. What would you like? If you change your mind, you know it. Training a pet for you creates a special bond, giving you benefit. Would you like me to train one for you? Oh, I can domesticate your fancy. Keep in mind, I can only make the bigger the better, right? Which kind would you like? Wolves make fine pets and are easy to... Give me a day to track one down and train it. Give me some time. You wouldn't want it biting your hand off, would you? G'day.
I've been waiting for you. Just look at what I found. Another shred, but this one is larger and its lettering suggests a more recent Diverga script. How did I know that? Well, I believe I may have been a scholar before all this unpleasantness. Well, that's one theory. The Diverga tend to hide their valuables underground, but often somewhere near the water. Of course, flotsam tends to ride the current. See you soon.
Hello. Your pet is all ready and wandering about the... Now that you have the pet, you should notice a boost in combat. They have that effect on their owners. If you feed your pet more, the boost will get even bigger. Training a pet for you. Would you like me to train one for you? You fancy a lot? Keep in mind, I can only maintain 3 pets. Smaller beasts, so what would you like? You'll need to get more meat before I can lure and train the beast. To lure a bring me the food I need so I can... G'day. Hello.
The offering nears.
Welcome back. How can I help you this fine? Thank you much.
done, my liege. Be sure to have a good look around. I am certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting Ollie Madsen from Cape Solace to serve the keep as your master-at-arms. You should speak to him in the armory. Your keep is one step closer to its former glory. With the armory and a qualified master-at-arms, no invader will ever threaten our peace. This place, it never ceases to surprise me. With it all cleaned up, I was able to spot the entrance to a collapsed tunnel leading from the keep. Once I'd laid eyes on it, I knew I'd seen it in my dream. I'll need some materials, though. 3 bundles of beach stone, 2 bundles of bear hide, and 3 bundles of sea steel. I wasn't sure if it would be worthwhile to dig out the tunnel leading from the keep across the island. But now that I've had a chance to investigate the site, I think these passages should be our highest priority. In the dream, this tunnel was a direct passage to shipwrecked sites all over the island, places it'd take days to travel on foot, if you survived the trip. The Diverger collapsed the tunnel when they sealed the keep and abandoned the island. If these tunnels are as I've seen them in my dream, they'll provide a fast and stealthy route to the furthest reaches of this island. With these as our pathways, every wreck will be salvaged and every castaway will be rescued. Well, so you do. I'll get to work immediately. I'm close, but the tunnels remain closed at this time. It's coming along nicely. I've been able to reinforce it and preserve the handsome decorative. I suggest we explore how best to use them when I'm finished. Bye.
Did you come here to train or chat? I come from a big family. My brothers and I used to fight each other all the time. Sure, it may sound like tough love, but it prepared us for this harsh world. Bit boring with nothing to fight, you know. Don't forget to come back soon.
Well, if actually, you're pretty much my only customer. Take care, my liege.
Hey. Yes, my liege. I've been master-at-arms for both Candrian and Helmgard keeps, training sellswords and lords alike. You may even know my brother Jakin. He's the arena master at the House of Valor. As part of my training routine, I've collected records of who can beat certain monsters the fastest. I can test you against those. You choose the monster you want to fight, and then I'll tell you how you did. If you set a new record against a monster type, I'll give you a reward. Yes, in a controlled environment. You can test your weapons and magic against different monster types in the pit. After the fight, I'll tell you how you did. I like your enthusiasm. Do you want to fight a big creature or a bunch of small ones? Don't worry. They make up for their size with numbers. Which creature would you like to fight against? These giant rats are ugly, but it's their bite I'd worry about. Good luck. Ready for some training? You got your first record. I hope you don't think they'll all be this easy. Here's a reward. And your... Don't forget to come back soon.
You're too late. We were all too late. The new Scion, Bridget, she's gone mad. I noticed that she'd been acting strangely, refusing food, talking to herself. Most Scions experience moments of opacity, but this was different. When I questioned her, she grew hostile. I've never seen anything like it. A new magic, flashes of purple light. And then she was gone. Gone. You'll never find Bridget. Not unless you can see the invisible. I don't know. She has slipped free of this world. But I believe that we're all connected, hanging in the web of fate's grand design. There is an answer in the woven patterns. I just know it very well.
cycled forth the Dverga. The fair Gorta have discovered my presence. They hunt me deep into the evenings, poking their torchlit skulls into every nook and fasting. I cannot tarry here, not for long. It's become apparent that the Dverga were the last civilized race to inhabit Gallows End, if you can call the dwarves civilized. Remnants of their dominion scar the isle from top to bottom, culminating in the great keep of Gravehall in the south. However, I can locate no reference to such a place in the Frostbake Omnibus. Their occupation was provisory at best. Another group come and gone. What was that? Sound. Footsteps? My nerves are fraying, dear Netta. Odessa is all I fancy. Your face and the comforts of home. I must go, for they come.
What do you seek, child? Bridget is gone. She resisted me at first, surrendered when she realized how painful I could be. Kell was correct. These villagers, so young, so foolish. And you, I see how you move through the world, how you tear through the threads of fate, where I only weave them. What are you? She stands before you. I am Bridget, and she is me. As far as hosts go, she has been adequate. But I only chose her because she is meant to be the scion, and she is meant to possess the power. He said you'd find me in time, and here you are. It takes much to earn the gaze of dead Kell, child. You must truly be special. No, not yet, but it will end soon enough. Dead Kell will receive the blessing of Akara, even if it means that I must gain it first. No one shall stand in our way. Not man, not God. Akara,
The witch was here all along. How could we not have seen it? Akara be praised.
Oh, hi. If you find any books on the island, please permit me to borrow them. Even from a young age, I loved languages. I grew up in a town with Alfar, humans, and even a gnome. Made it easy to pick up their native tongues. Everyone's been so nice. Still, they keep insisting that I forget about my old life and pitch in. Strange little fellow. Myfa was good enough to tell him about me. For that, I am grateful. Take care.
A fine day to you. When great powers speak to each other, it has often been with my own voice. I have a way of getting people to ask for what they really want and accept what I am offering. My gifts failed me, however, when the first sparks of the Crystal War ignited. Perhaps nothing could have stopped it, but I still feel culpable. Perhaps, in my service to Gravehall, I can atone for my failings and bring the peace that eluded me. I've done my best to adjust to Cape Solace, but it's a feeble pantomime of my life before. Once I spoke for mighty Rathir, its youngest envoy ever by decades. Now I dole out chores for a little man living on a beach. No one here has been kinder to me than Paddy. I admire his stubborn refusal to accept any setback. Honestly, I count him as my best friend. Nice seeing you.
Oh, hi.
Nesta Gwynedd is the most beautiful thing in
Hi there. If anyone deserves a second chance, it's Angarad. She will make them... Goodbye. And be safe.
Hello.
Hi there.
I didn't know. How could I? All scions grow distant. They bear too much responsibility. They are only human. My poor Bridget. All she wanted was to serve Akara, and he allows this to happen. What is his protection worth if he can't stop one witch? Whatever shall we do now? The offering is upon us, but we have no one to offer. I don't know. I am shaken, as is my faith. We here on Gallows End are a fragile few. We have always survived by the grace of Akara. I weep for the loss of my wife, but I tremble for the loss of my god. Magic prevents dead Kel from entering this village and from taking part in the offering ceremony. He is broken and not worthy of Akara's blessing. The Whispering Witch would be his key to unlock the power he's always coveted. Possessing Bridget, she would take the role of Scion, and all of the power came with it. It was an insidious plot, but undeniably inspired. You? There are others who waited a lifetime for the opportunity, only to have another chosen. But you did have the vision to discover Dead Kell's plot, and the strength to defeat the witch. Is there anyone more worthy of Akara's blessing? Yes, this is what must be done. Go to the ruins on the northern mountain and claim our people's birthright. There is no other way. The offering is held at the top of the northern mountain, in the ancient ruin called the Ring of the Watcher. You are the Scion now. My wife Bridget gave her life to stop Dead Kell's plot. It was a sacrifice to keep the rest of our village safe. That is how I will remember her. Strong.
Everyone's in an uproar about the offering. I choose to stay quiet and do my work. Not my business, the games of gods and men. Thank you much.
Cycle the fifth, Akara. I hear him, dear Netta. I hear him in every waking hour, a voice like the rumble of thunder, and one I shall never forget. I must confess, my expedition is over. Dead Kell and his hanged men have tracked me to this chamber. They call for blood. Apparently, they prize their preciously cultivated mystery. It is another weapon they can wield against the outside world. And what am I but light of truth? A bright spear with which to slay their darkness? But the voice, It reaches out to me. It promises to shelter me from the coming storm. He calls himself Akara, but I do not know what this means. What have I done by coming here? I only wish to learn the unknowable, discover the forgotten. But you warned me, and you were right, Tyrnit. You were right.
The tunnels have been cleared, my liege. You are free to roam Gallows End to your heart's contentment. As far as exploring the island goes, I would recommend bringing on Zephwin Land from Cape Solace as your scout. Zephwin seems quite happy with his tunnels, and we're certainly collecting more salvage and saving more castaways than ever. I've never known a more adventurous man than Zephwin. He is, without a doubt, the finest scout and ship spotter in Cape Solace, or anywhere, really. We're fortunate to have such a man. I think you'll like what I have planned next. A vast library! Just imagine! A monument to the wisdom of the ages, standing there beside the main structure, beckoning the unenlightened. But first, I'll need you to get me 3 bundles of bear hide, 3 bundles of ember wood, and 4 bundles of sailcloth. Yes, one of them mentions a library. At first, I was confused. I found many books, but not enough to warrant a whole building. But my dream again provided the answer. This part of the dream didn't make sense until now. I saw stacks of books, heard strange voices in tongues unknown to me. I believe this library was to be a center for translating arcane and lost languages. It's going to be a tribute to knowledge, one that will drive a Dessa to envy. And that you do. We're making great progress and finding more books than I expected to fill the shelves. However, most of them need to be translated. If nothing else, this building will nicely balance out the armory on the other side. The library is still not finished. Ask me again later. Goodbye.
I've seen a lot of shipwrecks in my life, but this island seems to... Didn't spend much time there, but mostly because I like scouting. I should be able to reach any wreck in no time with these. Be wary.
listen to this. I've been longing to tell you the news. I remember who I am. My name is Aubrey Gilchrist, assistant to the great scholar Oath Theswin. We sailed from Rathir to conduct research for his newest scholarly paper. It all came flooding back to me when I found this bit of parchment, another for your growing collection. I am Aubrey Gilchrist. I was studying to enter the Scholia Arcana in Rathir when I took an apprenticeship with the great author Oath Theswin. We were travelling the Frostbreak Sea to investigate ancient Diverga outposts, but our ship was sunk by dead Kel. I am the only one left. Based on my earlier findings, I'd estimate that the final Diverga pieces might be located on the eastern portion of the island. You see? I even understand myself now. What a relief. See you soon.
I'm starting to see things. Ah, I've seen you before. At Children, I recognise a fellow war-sworn anywhere. I'm just your typical low-born lass from Rathier, stuck at the bottom of society. Decided to make something of myself by joining the war-sworn. You probably know more about it than I do. I only just enlisted. Did a mission with old Ostodora. We destroyed a whole camp of Red Legion bandits. He's dead, you say? Oh, what a shame. They don't make them like that anymore. I took a job to protect some merchant's shipment to Melsonshire. We were about halfway when a Divergan raider attacked us. We fled north, but they followed and sunk our ship. They thought I was dead, but somehow I found my way to this island. I knew you were going to ask. If you must know, I was relieving myself when our ship sank. This dress was all I could find when I came ashore. Thanks for the chat. Oh, you again. That keep of yours sounds pretty... You know, I do know a thing or two about black... What do you say to let me move in? Well then, I guess I'll make my way on over there. Thank you, my liege, is it? Thanks for the chat.